Life is really full of ups and downs, and just like the popular saying goes, life is really short. Everyone wants to live their best life and a life without regrets. Nobody wants to be in their old age and be pissed at not being what they wanted to be, or sticking to doing something they didn't really want to do. But well, the reality is that sometimes, or in fact, many times, people end up living their lives in ways they didn't plan for, and they end up regretting it when it's too late. This way, these people lose at life. And at a point, they would realize that they've lost a certain amount of years doing things they didn't love. What's more interesting is that these people don't realize it until it's too late. But unlike them, we'll be showing you the ways to know so that you also don't make that mistake. Stay tuned! If you've not already done so, please subscribe to the channel for more amazing content like this. Let's go! Number 1. They value other people's opinions than their own. These kinds of people tend to look up to other people for advice when they already have a clear plan as what to do. They simply have no trust in their own opinions or views on things and would rather see it from another person's perspective to be convinced. What they don't know, though, is that this way they're living someone else's life. When people tell you things or give you ideas, they're strictly things they believe in, and if you blindly follow it, even though you know very well that you don't believe in it, then it's just something you'll end up regretting before long. Number 2. They're ruled by fear. Fear can actually keep us back from things we want to do or things that we love. It can be one of the very interesting things that can be really bad for you. These kinds of people, they're always scared about something, and it's almost like there's no time they don't worry about something. This fear then goes on to affect their relationships, their decisions, and virtually everything else they do. Number 3. They allow themselves to believe any negative remark directed at them. This seems more like a follow-up to the number 1 point, and here, even though these remarks are not true, they'd rather stick to believing it because they've created a distorted sense of self and no longer value who they are. Number 4. They suffer from lack of imagination. In the words of Oscar Wilde, anyone who lives within their means suffers from a lack of imagination. And well, you'll probably never find too many true statements like this about imagination. These kinds of people would rather justify why they're not as happy or content with their lives, rather than look out the window and actually see that there's a lot to do and a lot more to achieve. Number 5. They're stuck in the past. This is surely one of the common ones, and it's one of the ways people do not even progress at whatever they're doing. Moving on or accepting change or a challenge can be really hard, but you see, the truth is, you'll never really be happy with your life if you stay stuck in one position, especially if you don't like or enjoy it. Trying something new might just be all you need to spice up your life and get things going. Number 6. They live in the moment. While building for the future and seeking long-term happiness is one of those things you'd find with some people, others would just prefer to sacrifice it all and in the process ruin their chances of being happy in the future. While it's great to also make sure you're happy in your current situation, you shouldn't make a compromise on anything that would jeopardize your chances of being happy in the long term. Number 7. They choose the wrong partner. This is perhaps a really underrated one because many people still make the mistake of choosing the wrong partners. For whatever reason it might be, choosing to stick with a partner who you don't like or one who's toxic and doesn't value and support you is one very huge mistake you'll end up regretting. Finding the right partner might take a while surely, but you shouldn't rush into things and then settle for someone who's not the best for you. The truth is, there's nothing like grooming someone to be just as you want, and if that's what you're probably expecting, then you're making a huge error. Number 8. Work a job that you hate. It pays, yes, and it's definitely good to have a paying job. Yeah, we know that too. But have you ever thought about how you'd remember the days you've used to work during your retirement? If all you have for the job you're doing is hatred, then there's every possibility that you'll end up being unhappy and feeling like you've wasted several years of your life. While quitting would be a really quick way out, you should ensure you look for a job doing what you love. Only then will you be able to tell good stories about a life well lived during your retirement. While all these options are pretty interesting because some of them are relatable, they simply represent some of the worst decisions you'd be making. And only up until you stop them will you be able to live that fulfilled, happy life without regrets. Which of these points do you think is the worst? Do you also have any experiences you'd like to share? Kindly let us know in the comment section. If you also enjoyed the video, hit that like button, share it with your friends. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you like this video, then you should also check out 9 massive mistakes you make while learning.